Welcome back sa aking channel. So, andito na naman si Binibining Lindsay para mag-share sa inyo ng panibagong kaalaman. So, for today's video ay i-share ko naman sa inyo ang RPMS Non-Observable Indicators. Yes, so last time ay nakapag-upload na ako ng mga observable indicator na dapat paghandaan sa classroom observation. For this time naman ay i-share ko sa inyo ang mga non-observable indicator na dapat din nating paghandaan ngayong school year. Documents na kailangan. And magagamit din nyo itong paghahanda na to sa gagawing RPMS portfolio. Kaya naman samahan nyo akong i-discuss ang mga ito isa-isa. Okay, so ngayon ay isa-isahin na natin yung nilalaman ng RPMS Non-Observable Indicators for School Year 2023-2024. So ito ay based from DepEd Order number 8, Series of 2023. So ano nga ba yung mga dapat nating ihanda na mga paperworks? Okay, so meron tayong 6 na non-observable indicator. Yan, pero nakalagay naman dyan kung anong CRA number at objective siya, no? Okay, number 1, set an achievable and appropriate learning outcomes that are aligned with learning competencies. Utilize assessment data to inform the modification of teaching and learning practices and programs. Build relationship with parents, guardians, and wider school community to facilitate involvement in educative process. 4. Participated in professional networks to share knowledge and to enhance practice. 5. Develop a personal improvement plan based on reflection of one's practice and ongoing professional learning. 6. Perform various related works activities that contribute to teaching learning process. Okay, so ito yung 6 na non-observable indicators na kailangan nating paghandaan. Ano po? Okay, so isa-isahin natin ano ba yung ibig sabihin nun at ano ba yung mga kailangan nating ihanda. Okay, number 1, set an achievable and appropriate learning outcomes that are aligned with learning competencies. So ito yung mga lesson plan, activities, performance tasks. So ano ba yung dapat gawin? Dapat daw po yung mga learning activities na pinapagawa natin sa ating mga learners ay naka-align sa learning competencies. So alam naman natin na kapag gumagawa tayo ng lesson plan, most of the time or every time, kailangan talagang naka-align ito sa mga activities na pinapagawa natin sa bata. Okay, so ito, meron ako ditong example. At the same time, yung whole explanation na nakalagay sa RPMS tool. Okay, sabi dito, ito daw yung mga kailangan na means of verification. So, dapat yung DLP, DLL, WHLP, WLP, ayan, lesson exemplars. Yan, so yung iba pang mga activities na pinapagawa natin sa bata, kailangan lahat yon naka-align sa learning competencies. So ito pa yung nakalagay, yung discussion natin, yung lecture natin, naka-align sa competencies, yung activity sheets, yung performance task, and of course, yung rubric para sa performance task. Paano naman daw kapag yung lesson plan or lesson itself ay ginawa ng dalawang teacher or ng group? So dito, kailangan daw mag-annotate ni isang teacher or kung ilan man sila doon, kailangan nila mag-annotate kung anong part yung na-contribute nila doon. Okay? So, yun yung kailangan. So, kailangan nating paghandaan tong mga to, no? As much as possible, dapat may naka-ready tayong DLP, lecture discussion, activity sheet, performance task, and rubrics naka-align dun sa learning competencies bilang ating means of verification. Okay? Next, number 2, utilize assessment data to inform the modification of teaching and learning practices and programs. So dito napapasok yung mga intervention na bibigay ni teacher. So tingnan natin kung ano yung nakapaloob pa dito. Okay, sabi dito, dapat daw ang means of verification ay a list of identified least or most mastered skills based on the frequency of errors, correct response with any one of the following supporting MOVs. So, ito yung mga intervention material, lesson plan. Ayan, pero kung ikaw ay nagpa-remedial, pwede rin po, no? So, gagawin mo to across 4 quarters. So, paano ba to gagawin? Or ano ba yung strategy na pwedeng gawin ni teacher? For example, ikaw ay nagpa-assessment. Di ba meron tayong first quarter exam, second quarter, third, and fourth. So, sa first quarter exam, kapag nakuha mo na yung list ng least most mastered skills, tsaka yung pinakamataas na skills na natamo ng bata, doon ka magbe-base. At kapag may nakita mong may least mastered skills doon, gagawa ka ngayon ng intervention plan. Paano naman kapag walang list? Di yung most mastered skills. Di ba meron tayo tinatawag na enhancement and enrichment activities. So, dito natin yung ipapasok. Para daw makakuha ka na outstanding din dito, kailangan ma-implement mo yung ginawa mong strategy. Okay? So, unahin mo muna, kunin mo yung least mastered skill or most mastered skills, and then magpe-prepare ka ng activities, lesson plan, ayan, na para sa intervention and remedial ng mga bata. So, kailangan mong ma-implement at mapagawa yon. Di ba meron naman tayong 1 week na extended na intended siya para dun sa mga activities na hindi pa na ginagawa ng bata or hinahabol ng bata. So, pwede natin gawin yon dun sa week na iyon. Okay? So, kailangan daw kasi ng accomplishment report kung nagawa mo talaga siya. So, eto gumawa lang naman ako ng parang template. Kung gagamitin nyo, okay. Kung hindi, okay lang din naman. So, ito yung accomplishment report na naisip ko na template, no? So, nilagay ko muna yung least and most mastered competencies based dun sa exam ng mga bata. And then, gagawa ako ng activities and strategies and intervention through lesson plan or activity sheets or discussion or lecture. Ayan. And then, ano yung magiging remarks ko? Accomplish ba siya or not accomplish? So, para etong bukod sa accomplishment report na to, para mapatunayan talaga natin ginawa natin to, kailangan mong i-attach yung lesson plan, learning materials, tsaka yung students' outputs and other pictorial na ginawa mo talaga yung remediation and yung intervention. Okay? So, yun yung gustong sabihin ng second nating non-observable indicators na matatagpuan natin sa CRA3 Objective 11. Okay, next, build relationships with parents, guardians, and wider school community to facilitate involvement in educative process. So, ito naman yung ating mga ginagawang home visitation o kaya naman meetings, conference. Ayan, so ano ba yung gustong sabihin dito ng CRA4 Objective 12? Okay, so ito daw yung kailangan, no, any one of the following. Ito across 4 quarters din to, so 4 na quarters natin gagawin. So, proof of participation in any activity highlighting the objective such as but not limited to the following. So, ito nga, yung sinasabi ko, receive form, monitoring form during distribution of learning materials, commitment form, stakeholders, home visitation form, ayan, an equivalent ALS form document and highlights the objective, parent-teacher, log or proof of other stakeholders meeting. So, dapat meron talaga tayong logbook or documented talaga lahat ng narrative reports natin dun sa mga pinapagawa nating meetings, no? Any form of communication to parents and stakeholders. So, kung ikaw ba ay nagpadala ng letter or kung may communication ba kayo through your GC or personal message, so ikikip natin lahat ng yon, no? Across 4 quarters yon. So, paano ba natin makukuha yung outstanding? So, sa timeliness, dapat meron kang 4 na MOVs across 4 quarters. First, second, third. Sabi, sustain engagement through regular communication of learners' need, progress, and achievement to key stakeholders including parents, guardians, as shown in the MOB submitted. So, as much as possible, kung magagawa mo naman yung lahat, i-keep mo lahat ng MOVs. Ayan. So, yun yung gagamitin mo kapag gumawa ka na ng RPMS portfolio mo. Okay? So, dapat meron talaga tayo mga logbook at recorded lahat. Hindi lang yung mga pasaway na bata, kundi lahat ng learners. Okay, ako yung ginawa ko, nung first day pa lang ng meeting, kinalala ko na yung aking advisory class through pagpapasagot ng template na nahiram ko rin dun sa friend ko, no? Sa kakilala ko, na talagang doon, nakalagay na ano ba yung gusto ni learners, ano ba yung ayaw niya, ano bang klaseng pag-uugali si learners, ano ba yung hindi niya masabi. So doon parang kinikilala mo na yung mga learners mo kasi sa pamamagitan nun, kung meron ka na agad na na-diagnose mo na yung needs and wants nila or nakilala mo na sila ng brief, kapag nagka-problem at kinausap mo yung parents, at least meron kang supporting document. So yun. So yun yung dapat nating i-ready sa part na ito. Okay, next. Participated in professional networks to share knowledge and to enhance practice. So, CRA 4, Objective 13. So, ano ba yung kailangan natin dito? Of course, ito yung mga pag-a-attend natin ng training, LAC sessions, and meetings. Okay, so sabi dito, ang means of verification natin ay yung certificate natin ng completion dun sa inattendan nating training, certificate of participation, certificate of recognition of speakership kung nag-speaker ka, any proof of participation to a benchmarking activity, any proof of participation into LAC session, ayan, and others. So ito, no, para ka maka-outstanding, medyo mabigat to. Sa timeliness, kailangan across 4 quarters tong gagawin. So, sabi dito, para ka maka-outstanding, participated in any professional network activity that requires output and proof of implementation within the school to share knowledge and to enhance practice as evidence by the submitted MOV. Okay, so ito yung sinasabi kong mahirap kasi umattend ka na ng training, kailangan mo pang i-apply sa pagtuturo mo. So, ano yung pinaka-output na kailangan daw dito? Output may include but not limited to lesson plan, instructional materials or action plan, or any teaching and learning related materials. So, proof of implementation can be in the form of implemented action plan, lesson plan, executed in class, application project, and others. So, ibig sabihin, yung natutunan mo dun sa training, kailangan mo siyang gawa ng action plan, ng lesson plan, kumbaga i-apply mo siya dun sa pagtuturo mo. At yung mga MOVs na kailangan, tulad nga nabanggit ko, kung na-highlight mo ba siya sa pagtuturo mo, so kailangan mo nung lesson plan, ano yung instructional materials na ginamit mo, ayan, so ano yung action plan na ginamit mo para maipakita talaga na na-implement mo. For example, yung topic sa training is all about authentic assessment. So ngayon, as a teacher, kung gusto mo siya i-implement, ayan, para makakuha ka ng outstanding, ay i-apply mo siya sa pagtuturo mo. Doon ba sa lesson plan mo, na-highlight ba doon yung paggamit ng authentic assessment? Doon ba sa instructional materials mo, na-highlight doon yung authentic assessment sa action plan? And any other teaching and learning related materials na ginawa mo. So, na-highlight ba doon yung topic na authentic assessment? So, ganun siya kahirap, no? Kasi kailangan mo siyang i-implement sa pagtuturo mo. Okay, next. Develop a personal improvement plan based on the reflection of one's practice and ongoing professional learning. So, this is CRA 4, Objective 14. Okay, so ito naman yung pinapa-ready na rin sa atin, no? Certification from ICT. Ayan, yung ESAT. IPCRF Dev Plan. Mid-year review form. Updated IPCRF Dev Plan from Phase 2. So, ito naman kayang-kaya nating gawin, no? Dahil yung sa ESAT, ibinibigay naman ng ICT coordinator natin, so sasagutan lang natin. Yung IPCRF Dev Plan, so ano ba yung strength and weaknesses na gusto nating ma-attain or ma-develop pa. And then yung mid-year review form na makukuha naman natin sa ating mga mentor, ayan, kapag tayo ay nagpa-mid-year review. Okay, and then yung updated IPCRF DP from Phase 2. So, yun naman yung updated na dev plan natin. Okay? So, yun lang naman yung kailangan dito sa non-observable indicator na ito. Okay, next, perform various related works activities that contribute to teaching learning process. So, ito na yung plus factor na sinasabi. Okay, ito yung objective 15. Anyone proof of the following. Okay, so kung ikaw ba ay nagkaroon ng committee involvement, yan, writer ka ba, resource person or speaker, book, journal, or authorship, ayan, mga research, ayan, participation and demo teaching, research presenter ka ba, ayan, naging mentor ka ba ng mga nagpi-pre-service na teachers, ayan. So, paano ka makakakuha naman ng outstanding dito? Sabi dito, perform at least one related work activity that contributed to the teaching learning process beyond school community learning center as evidence by the submitted MOV. Ito ay beyond. Ibig sabihin sa labas ng school mo. Dapat. So, dapat gumawa ka ng research pang division or pang district. Naging writer ka ng district or ng division. Naging TWG ka sa district or sa division kasi sa labas. Hindi pwedeng, hindi na, pwede pala, pero bababa ka na dito sa very satisfactory. Okay? So, yun. Ang isa pang bagay na dapat gawin, dapat i-annotate mo, no? Paano siya nakatulong din sa teaching learning process. So, ganun kabibigat yung mga MOVs natin. At, eto pa, submitted MOVs were distributed across 4 quarters. So, every quarter dapat meron kang beyond na ginawa. Okay? So, yan. Yan yung ating mga MOVs na kailangan at dapat nating i-ready. Okay, so yun lang. Thank you for listening. Sana po ay may natutuhan at napulot kayo sa akin sa part ng non-observable indicators kasi isa rin to sa mahirap i-ready, no? Kung hindi ka magre-ready agad ngayong first quarter, ay nako, pagka gumawa ka ng portfolio mo, mahihirapan ka talaga. Okay? So, kung may mga questions, pwede kayong maglagay sa ating comment box. Kung may mga suggestion din kayo mga topics, ay pwede pong i-comment lang. Ayan. So, kung gusto niyo po ng mga ganitong contents, ay huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe sa aking channel. Thank you so much!